class. Good afternoon, everyone. And you're feeling all right, and I hope everyone is just feeling glad and happy. Today, I am here to film a very interesting tip in English and to respond to a very interesting and a kind of common question of my learners and my students here. First up, let's take a look at a question: how to boost my pronunciation in English? And how can I pronounce words correctly? And there's another different question my students actually ask me, sir, is it important to pronounce a word correctly? And is pronunciation important in a language? Definitely, 100%. If I'm not mistaken, it is 100% important and essential to pronounce every single word in a language correctly. No matter whether you study English, Arabic, Farsi, Dari, Pashto, whatever language you study, but your pronunciation matters here. See, this is a key point in a language. And keep one thing in mind, I assure you that when you encounter a person, a stranger, or a foreign learner, or for example, a native speaker of English, first up, you will be judged by how well you pronounce words. And pronunciation is the key point to your speaking. And this is actually something which really beautifies your speaking. And this is something, and we can say the best of speaking. Your pronunciation is okay, your speaking is beautiful. Your pronunciation is terrible, your speaking or your talk is boring. Keep this in mind. Bear one more thing in mind, that when you want to boost your pronunciation, and there are some strategies, which one should I choose? Should I choose, for example, reading, writing, for example, reading novels or listening to something, watching something, writing something down, whatever. So I am here to respond to your frequent and common questions here, and stay tuned. First up, let's go with some vocabulary words, and I'm sure you have heard of these words before and you have seen these words in many different places before. And let's go whether I can make sure whether you pronounce these words correctly. The first word is P-R-O-N-O-U-N-C-E. And how do you actually pronounce it? Have you ever pronounced the word pronounce or pronounce or pronouns? See, most of the people I hear from actually pronounce the word pronouns. Pronouns. Sir, I cannot pronounce the word. No, sir, you're wrong. Actually, you cannot pronounce the word. Pronounce the word. Hey, sir, can you pronounce the word for me? I have problem or trouble pronouncing the word. Pronouncing the word. See, pronounce. This is verb actually. Verb. To say the word as actually it is said. See. Now the noun form of pronounces, not pronunciation. Actually, this is not pronunciation. This is pronunciation. N-U-N-C-I-T-I-O-N. See, this is pronunciation. Pronunciation. Hey, sir, the way you pronounce the words is so awesome. I love your pronunciation. I'm really fond of his pronunciation. His pronunciation is number one. See, pronunciation. Pronunciation. Sir, I do not know the pronunciation of the word. Can you please do it or pronounce it for me? Pronunciation. And let's jump on the third word. P-H-O-T-O. Is this pronounced photo, or something? This is pronounced photo. Photo. This is graph. Photograph. Photograph. Aksbardari. To shoot photos. Photograph. Hey, there's a gentleman who is really good at photographing. Photograph. See, with the suffix er, the past 20 er. So the pronunciation changes so perfectly and completely, utterly. The pronunciation changes with only the suffix er. Suffix er comes at the end of the word, and it makes the verb the doer of action. How do you pronounce it now? The whole word is pronounced photographer. Photographer? No, actually, it is not pronounced photographer. Most of the people may pronounce the word photographer. because they think that this is photo, this is graph, and this is photographer. No, the pronunciation is see, photographer. Hey, he's a good photographer. I love him. He's awesome. Hey, you want to become a photographer? So you ought to be so talented at photographing. Here, the word is auto. Is it pronounced auto? Yeah, it is auto. Auto plus metically. Metically. I have heard this word mistakenly pronounced, okay, wrongly pronounced. Many people pronounce the word automatically. Is it pronounced the way they pronounce it? No, actually it is pronounced automatically. Now the sound A is completely reduced. It is silent. It is not pronounced kili. It is pronounced automatically. Automatically. Hey, once your ears are used to English listening, you can automatically pronounce words. He can automatically read something. So my phone works or films something automatically. Automatically. خود به خودی. There's another word. P-S-Y-C-H-O-L-O-G-Y. Regardless of B, because B is dropped. B is not pronounced. It is reduced. When B no P I'm talking about, sorry. This is P. P is not pronounced. Psychology, and the complete or the whole word is pronounced psychology. Now actually, it is pronounced psychology. 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 Hey, according to psychology, those who make accidents in highways, they lack sleep. According to psychology. See, according to this book, according to this book, psychology lies sometimes, or absolutely. Psychology. Correct. And the main question is here. How to improve my pronunciation? How to know I pronounce the word correctly? There might be many instructors or teachers suggest you kind of book, kind of technique, kind of specific rules. I don't rely on any of those rules in English. I just rely as an English teacher with many years of teaching experience in learning this language at the same time. I really rely on listening. You want to pronounce words correctly, and you want to improve your pronunciation. You ought to rely and you ought to listen to listening as much as you can. See, listening. Listen, listen, and listen to become the master of pronunciation. If you want to pronounce words correctly, try not to read something, not to write something. Do not study grammars. Do not study rules. Instead, go and keep busy with listening. Because this is the only key feature, this is the only key point which helps you out to get hang of it. It is so awesome. If you want to really boost your pronunciation within a short period of time, nothing will work but listening. You know, we human beings actually have got a mouth and 2 ears. This is what it means, that the level of our listening should always be powerful or higher than the level of our speaking. If you're a good listener, if you can listen to something and catch something out of listening, podcasts, videos, audios, or something, you can be a great speaker as well. Especially in English. As you know, we have looked at these words. Sometimes no, most of the time, our eyes cannot distinguish whether the word is pronounced this way. See? For example, as I told you, this is not pronouns, this is pronounce. This is not pronunciation, this is pronunciation. This is not photographer, this is photographer. And this is not automatically, this is automatically. And this is not psycho or something, this is psychology or something. See? Now, here the question is, how should I listen to something? I suggest you as an English instructor to listen, start from scratch or start from nothing. It means start from beginning. Start from A, from conversations. If you really want, all of a sudden, go and download some English musics. Absolutely, it disheartens you. It is bad. It is boring. That is why you will hate English forever. If you want to listen, first up, try to listen to easy podcasts, such as, hey, where are you going? What is up? What is in your pocket? Hey, does your teacher teach you English or something? Like this. And once your ears get used to English listening, then you can pronounce every single word automatically. And every word pops out of your mouth automatically and spontaneously. Then you can talk so confidently and effortlessly. That is all. And here's one thing. We've got two kinds of listening here. Two kinds of listening. One is active listening and one is passive listening. What am I going to say? Active listening will work miracle. معجزه میکنه دسته. But passive listening is not as effective as active listening. What is passive listening actually? Passive listening is the example, meaning what? While you're doing other things, at the same time, you're listening to English podcasts as well. See, one part of your mind is busy with that, and one part of your mind is busy with this. Two tasks at a time. It is a little bit hard for you to catch something out of the podcast you're listening to. See, in order to get something, you ought to have active listening. Active listening is what? When you are just listening to something and paying close attention to something. And when you encounter different words, different idioms, or different expressions, actually, you make a pause or stop the audio and you explain it. You just take a look at it. You think what it means or something. Or you go or try the pronunciation. It is called active listening. I assure you, if you really have a regular active listening on your daily basis, within a month, you will actually see the positive consequences or results. And that is all. Guys, for more English videos of mine, you can follow my Instagram and my YouTube channel. So you can learn many things in many different ways, methodologies, in different ways of pronunciation in my channel. And do not forget to share my videos with all your English friends. And this is one of the ways to help them as well learn something. And this is all for today, guys. See you next time.